Hi everyone, welcome back to Ginatopia. Well, today it's Gina and Miss Bella. I'm doing a collab with Courtney KH. We are both doing a collab on the palette we regret buying most, and it's an eyeshadow palette. I have chosen the Moodstruck Additction palette number 4 by Youniquie, and I really do not like this palette. I have used it one time and did not like it at all. I regret buying this palette. When we get through with our palettes, we're going to send them to each other and we're going to try them and see if maybe the other person likes them better. But I just regret buying this palette. I don't know why I regret buying it so much, but I just do not like it. Here's what the inside of the palette looks like. I just don't like it. My niece was selling Youniquie and I bought it off of her. And I just don't like this palette. So I'm going to go ahead and do an eyeshadow look. And we're going to see how it turns out. Like I said, I used it once. Didn't like it. Chucked it back in my drawer and haven't picked it up since. So let's go ahead and see what look I get out of it. And then it's going to go in the mail to Courtney. Got hair all over my face. Let's see if I can brush it back out of my eyes. And let's prime my lids and let's just get started. I'm just going to do a simple eye look because this palette does not inspire me, nor does it impress me. I don't know. You know, regrets. So first, there is not a matte that I can set my eyeshadow primer down with, so I guess I'll just go into that first shade in the palette, which is a shimmer right over here, and I guess I'll set my eyeshadow with it. And yeah, just not crazy about this palette. Bells, honey, please get out the palette. Now she's wanting to play with the brush. Honey. Brother can't see the palette if you're standing on the mirror. She just likes to be in the middle of everything. Okay, eyeshadow primer is set. So now in the crease, I'm going to go into the second, well, I dislike it so much I threw it. I'm going to go into the second shade in the palette, and I'm going to go into the crease with that, which I feel like is too dark to go into the crease, but that's what we're going to do. Actually, I want to go just a little bit above the crease too, since I have hooded eyes, and yeah, I just think that's too dark. Did not like the look I got out of this palette the last time, and I don't know, I just don't like this palette. Just don't like it. I need to get my camera up closer so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Now, Miss Bells, calm down, honey. What'd you knock off? Knocked off a nail polish. Honey, she just wants mommy's attention. Let's blend. I'm going to blend that above the crease and in the crease. I just didn't feel like this palette had enough to make a pretty eye look. It needed a couple more shades. And it didn't need all those grays out there. I don't know. I just didn't like this palette. So, this is the one that Courtney's going to get. Courtney wasn't happy with her Youniquie palettes either that she bought, because we had a long discussion about these palettes via text. And we're also going to do a collab on the e.l.f. Christian Siriano palettes. I had 2 of these. Susan Anthony sent me mine, and then I got another one in a Giselle box. So I'm sending her the new one that I got in my Giselle box, and we're going to do a collab on that, doing a look. She had been wanting that palette. So I said, well, just let me send you one, and you can do a look on it. And we'll do a collab. So she was excited to get that because she had been wanting it. Next, I'm going to go into the darkest shade down here. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see the names. I think it's called Brave. The last one was called Arrogant. Yeah, this palette is really arrogant to think it's a cohesive palette. So I'm going to go into Brave. Its palette is very powdery. And I'm going to do a V in the outer corner. I'm getting some fallout. I'll have to clean up. And I am tapping off my brush. So I went to use the Laura Lee coupon that we got in our BoxyCharm to get the Nudie Patootie palette, and I thought that I would get the sister palette of that Brights palette that we got. I think it was called The Boss in our box because there was a more neutral palette, and they were both sold out. So it was like a worthless coupon. So I was really disappointed there because I was going to get rid of, I said if I got rid of 25 palettes and had a clutter, I would treat myself to the Nudie Patootie palette. So disappointed. Worthless coupon in my BoxyCharm. I'm like, yeah, Laura Lee, send us a worthless coupon. And then I'm going to go into the shadow. I can't see, but it's the main center shimmery brown shade. I'm going to take a flat brush, and I'm going to put that at the first 2/3 of my eyelid. I just feel like these colors kind of muddy together. I don't really feel like they look good. I just don't like this palette. And I'm going to take a brush and go up here and just blend that out a little bit. Go back into the first shade, that cream color, and go underneath my brow. Take a beauty blender and go underneath my eye a little bit. Get some of that fallout. And take that flat brush and go into that second shade, not the darkest, but the second, and go underneath my eye a little bit. Sorry, out of focus, out of camera. And let me put some mascara on. So yeah, I was real disappointed in the Laura Lee coupon code that we received because I was really excited about getting that Nudie Patootie palette at 25% off. Or the sister palette to the Boss at 25% off, even though it was only $19. But I was still disappointed. And the Boss palette wasn't even listed on the website. So I was real disappointed. I actually sent my Boss palette to Glam Mom Des. She loved it. And ooh, jammed my eye. I knew I would not get any use out of it at all. So I sent mine to her because she loves bright colors. So I sent mine to her. Well, I just made a big mess. A big mess, didn't I, Bells? Didn't I, baby? Let's get a wipe here. Do some clean up. Do some clean up. Yeah, so this palette definitely is not going back into my drawer. It is going to Courtney KH. Then Courtney KH can do whatever she wants to with it. It was a very, very expensive palette. I think these palettes were like $50. And not worth a penny of it in my book. And she's sending me whatever palette is she most regretted buying. I can't remember what she said hers was. But there is my eye look. Just not crazy. Sorry about hitting my camera. Just not crazy about that eye look. I got brown shadows that I think perform much better, that don't muddy together, that were not this expensive. And those grays in this palette, I will never, ever, ever use. I don't know why I bought this palette. I think it was just to help my niece out. Just to me, just not a pretty palette. Not happy with it. It's going bye-bye. You won't see that in my declutter, but just remember it already went out the door. Remember, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and a share. If you like my channel, please subscribe and hit the little notification bell and put the little marks around it to make sure you get notified every time I upload a video. Be sure to share the love, not the hate. Miss Bell says, remember me, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. I love my baby so much. And let me move this. And be sure to go over and check out Courtney KH's channel and see what she did on her video. And be sure to subscribe to her channel too. Give her a thumbs up. And be sure, like I said, share the love, not the hate. And I just did not care for this Younique shadow palette. They may have other great palettes, but this one just was not a hit for me. I'm not saying their other products are not great, but this one, not so much for me.